Hey everyone, Angry Poncho here, and we're playing Shadow of the Colossus. Now what I'm doing here is I'm sort of just like scurrying around on the outside of a ledge here. When Wander's hanging on to something, you can sort of like slide back and forth by using the left control stick. And now there I just did sort of an advanced maneuver. I'm gonna sort of demonstrate it again. Basically when you jump and grab onto something, you can either push up on the left control stick and hit X to climb up onto the object, or you can push directly down on the control stick, and Wander will jump away from whatever it is you're hanging on, which is the only way to cross this gap. Alright, so now we're back at the top of this wall, and it's time for us to face our first Colossus. Now whenever you're in a cutscene like this, you can use the right thumbstick to sort of look around if you don't like the view that the game is giving you. I'm using it to look up right now so we can see the head. Yeah, there it is. Look at that guy. And that's our first Colossus. Now the entire game consists of fighting 16 of these guys. Now the first thing you want to do when you get to the Colossus is take out your sword and gather some light, and it will focus on the Colossus's weak points. And as you see with this one, there's one on his head. You see the point up there. And if you look into the middle of his torso, it gets just a little bit wider. Pointed down at his feet, there seems to be another one on one of his feet. Now this first Colossus is very easy. He has a club in his hand which he never uses. He just sort of holds it. And his only real attack is to try and step on you. He's not very dangerous at all. The first few will be pretty easy actually. It's basically just a matter of taking him out. Now there's a concept with a Colossi. Yeah, you hear the music change there. That indicates the Colossus has become aware of us, and it's time for us to fight. Is he going to use that thing? Oh my god. Wow, I take that back. I have never, before in my life, seen him actually use the club. I guess it's because I'm sort of loitering around him a lot more than I usually do. Yeah, there you go. There's Dorman chiming in with his advice. Hold up thy sword to reflect the light onto the Colossus. Its vitals shall be revealed. That's good advice. Now, we already saw that there was a weak spot on one of his feet. So I'm going to run up with my sword out. And while your sword is drawn, you'll be able to sense weak spots on the Colossus. Now this one, he's got some fur on his left foot, so if we jump and hold R1 to grab onto that, you can see the sort of fissure in the back of his leg there. If we use our sword to stab that, basically charge up a nice strong blow by hitting square, and hit square again to release, it'll cripple the Colossus for a moment, and he'll actually be forced to take a knee, which will allow us to climb up like this. I just jumped, hit R1, hold on to the ledge, and then I pushed up and X again to jump onto the fur, so now I'm hanging onto his ass fur. And I'm just going to climb up onto this ledge on his back. Most Colossi don't have these. It makes the game a bit too easy if they do. See, now we're resting. And you see the pink meter is full again? Don't fall, Wander. If I hang onto his back like this, the pink meter will slowly start to shrink. It's very slow, but it's noticeable if you're doing it for a long amount of time. And believe me, it becomes very important later on. So as you can see now, the longer I hang on, and like if I jump around, that's going to decrease it too. So basically, the best way to climb is to sort of do like diagonal jumps. Jumps this way and then jump to the other way. But if you can just run up on top of his head like this, you see, his grip meter refills almost immediately. That's the pink circle again. Now, since we have our sword out, we'll be able to identify the Colossus's sigil, which is his primary weak point, and sometimes they'll have more than one. This one we can see is on his head. So I just ran up to his head there, and I'm holding R1 to hang on to his fur. Hit X, or excuse me, square to charge up a blow. Square again to stab the Colossus right in the sigil, right where it hurts. And you'll see the black spray, which looks like oil, but I guess it's supposed to be Colossi blood. Charge up another blow here and stab him again. Oh, and you see there he shook me while I was charging, and so I lost that particular blow. Try this again. If you think he's about to shake, you can go ahead and hit square again to automatically start stabbing. You see now he's almost done. Occasionally Colossi will change their tactics once they've taken a certain amount of damage, but this guy is so simple that all we need to do is stab him one more time and we'll finish him off. Alright, hang still. Just one more. And that's it. The first Colossus is pretty easy. And now you'll see these tentacles come out of the Colossus's sigil. They're gonna come after you, and you do not want them to get you. But yeah, it's actually inevitable. If you guys have ever played Ski Free on the old like Windows 95 computers, when you're skiing, basically it's a game where you ski down a hill and you go through all these gates and such. And when you get to the bottom, you're supposed to stop skiing. But if you want to, you can just keep sliding down the hill. And they implemented a Yeti into the game, basically. So if you keep going down, all of a sudden the Yeti runs out of nowhere and kills you. The tentacles are basically the same. You can run as far as you want, and sometimes you can even get far away from them. But you'll never actually escape. They'll always catch up with you. And I'm just going to go ahead and save because there's no reason for me not to right now. Saving in this game takes just a bit, and so I won't ever be doing it again on film unless it's right after a Colossus. Those will be the only times. Other times I'll just cut it so you guys don't have to sit and watch the little bar go across. It's fun enough that I have to watch it. And each time that we defeat a Colossus, the same procedure will occur. The tentacles will grab us, Wander will be knocked unconscious, and we'll reappear at the worship shrine. And you can see now, one of the shadowy figures from earlier in the game is now standing over Wander. The end result is that this worship shrine is basically our starting point for a battle. We're going to start here, go find the Colossus, and then fight it. After we defeat it, it will be returned. You can see, just as Dorman told us, defeating the Colossus has destroyed the idol. Now only 15 remain. After each Colossus, Dorman will give us a hint as well towards the next one. Thy next foe is in the seaside cave. It moves slowly. Raise thy courage to defeat it. The clues for later Colossi will be pretty useful. The early ones, the concept to defeat them is simple enough that the clues don't tell us a whole lot. Okay, so now we're going to start getting into a pattern. The first thing we want to do after each Colossus is walk out here and figure out which direction we're supposed to be headed. As you see, we've got the light beams. They're not focusing yet. Keep turning around. And this one I actually got confused and thought I was supposed to go back into the temple somewhere, but if you head back in there, you just reach closed doors. There's something you can do back there. But as you can see, we need to head north. If I pause, I can show you the map screen. I'm going to zoom in for you. But you see this, where we are now, you can see Wander, and you can see the direction he's facing. And that black blob he's standing in is the worship shrine. Down here, whoops, yeah, down there, that's our first Colossus, which we've already defeated. There'll be an icon for each one that we finish off. And by the time we're done, most of this map will be explored. Actually, pretty much all of it. So now we just kind of hop down here. If you ever need aggro to return to your side, you can hit the triangle button. Oh, we're getting a cutscene. I was wondering why it wasn't working. I was trying to call the horse. If thou should findest an altar similar to that one, offer a prayer before it, and thy wounds shall be healed. Yes, it does heal you, and it also saves you game, more importantly. See, now we can stand here. You can hear Wander yelling for aggro to come. And so now we can proceed towards our second Colossus. Now, some tricks with the horse that'll prove useful right from the beginning of the game is that if you tap down on the left control stick and hit triangle at the same time, almost like doing a smash attack in Super Smash Bros. Melee, aggro will go from a dead stop to a full sprint. And the same is for stopping. Same command. Now I'll start her back up again. Now if I push down on the left control stick and tap triangle, and then repeat the process just about a half second after, we can turn around and pull a 180. And from there, continue ahead at full speed. It's just a useful trick for maneuvering the horse. And now we're basically going to start heading out across this field, but I don't want to get too far in this video because I'm not going to film it just yet. So I'm going to see you guys in the next episode of Let's Play Shadow of the Colossus, when we will continue to explore the landscape and hopefully locate our first Colossus, or our second Colossus. So I'll see you guys then.